So we welcome Rhys and Callan. They come to this club with high expectations. Obviously difficult decisions they both had to make over the course of the last few months. It's not an easy decision. I think it's one that we all need to respect. Obviously setting themselves up for the future, but also about developing themselves and the opportunity for success in the future.
You know, I guess in the last week of football, I kind of had the feeling I'd probably come up here, and you know, I didn't tell the Bulldogs until after the last game, and that's probably when. Yeah, it was pretty tough to do. I'd spoken to a few of the players before that, a few of my close mates from the team, and explained to them the situation I was in. And you know, everyone's been great at the Western Bulldogs, and I thank the Western Bulldogs for the time they've given me. Yeah, obviously the talent here is pretty fantastic. I've heard the players here are great. They've been really supportive for me from last night when I arrived here to now, and all the players here, which is great for the club. And you know, the picks that we've got access to is fantastic for the club, and you know, I think 2 or 3 years we'll be a really good team. As a kid, I was an Essendon supporter, so I guess I always looked up to guys like Kevin Sheedy, and James Hare was my favourite player. And you know, my dad loved Kevin Sheedy, so I guess it's really exciting for me to be now coached by Kevin Sheedy. So it's an exciting time.
It was very difficult, but I spoke to a lot of people, a lot of close family and friends, and I've definitely come to the right decision and really happy to be here. I definitely was waiting for the end of the season. Unfortunately, I couldn't play the last game for Fremantle, so it was sort of the last weekend, and spoke to the right family and friends, as I said, and came to the right conclusion. Obviously, I had a really up and down season last year, so playing in a different role, and so looking forward to coming to the Giants and hopefully sneaking into the midfield. I was looking around today, there's a lot of talented boys here, so but looking forward to working with them all.
I have not met these boys before ever, and that's an actual fact. But I'm glad when we got them. We were told 12 months ago no one would want to come to West Sydney. Well, the proof now is that a lot of people and a lot of players want to come to an area like Breakfast Point, play 10 minutes up the road at Skoda Stadium, and train at basically Blacktown, which in Melbourne will be Sunbury. So we're really happy the way this is rolling out. I think it's been happening for a while, but every time we bring in a new franchise like Adelaide or Port Adelaide, and even when Brisbane Bears come in, I mean, players had been recruited and at a very young age, and guys like Buckley and even Rocker to Sydney and went back to Melbourne, O'Brien. So it's been happening a while. Even at Essendon we lost Wanganeen. Really good players, Merv Nagel. So when we're trying to grow the game, we have to have an expansive mind as a group of footy fans and even people in the clubs that are running the clubs. They understand, they voted that we go 18 clubs, and so the journey starts somewhere, and these boys are the ones that have really put their hand up to come and help develop a game that was started many years ago by a person from West Sydney in Tom Wills, and these guys are really following that journey. To me, I think it's a great decision by them, and for the players that are in this room here that have really played the last year or two in starting the Giants. So the team will get an enormous amount of confidence when you see the quality of these boys signing on.